Hi friends, welcome back to Tulsi Tech in Creatives. Guys, today we need to discuss about IAM users and groups. First of all, we just check the what is IAM. IAM is the Identity Access Management. This is global services. See, if you see your AWS console, check the right side of your account. Then it will show IAM service. You can go to IAM services. You can check that. Region wise it will show global services like if you are performing activity in Mumbai location, then you can check shifting to another region. For example, in Virginia you can shift, then you can check that IAM policies whatever you are performing in Mumbai region, it will show that you are in Virginia region also. So this is global service. If you doing any activity in one region, it will show all the regions also. Okay, that is one of the good option in IAM. Why we are today topic is what is IAM users and groups, and why we are using, and why we are creating the policies, how we can attach that user in policies, that we can check today. Okay, first of all, just we can read these points, then we can go for one by one why we are creating, what is the meaning of users, and why we are assigning the groups. Okay, root account is created by default. So this meaning, whenever we creating AWS account na, in that time by default it will create the root account. That root account is the admin access. Admin access means he has all the authorities, he can do anything. You can see here, this is the admin policy. Shouldn't be used shared, we cannot share and we cannot provide any other companies also. This, if your admin policy, you need to, if you are providing any other person your AWS console access, so that we need to create one user. That user you can assign whatever he required the policies, that we can see in practice session, don't worry. And also uh, next point, users people within your organization and you can be group. This point meaning, what is user people within the your organization means, for example, today I joined one company. There is I required AWS console for set up the application, set up the infrastructure. So I need all the servers and I need some of the service access in AWS. So load balancer, CloudWatch, EFS, auto scaling, IAM, S3. These are the services I required for creating infrastructure of my project. So I requested to admin user. See, they already used AWS account, right? So I requested to admin user. What admin can do, admin can take my id means my company id, it will generate whenever I join. They will take my id, then they will create one using my name or using my id, they will create the one user. That user, whatever I required, this is very very important, whatever I required in that my project, those services and those policies only they will provide the my user. This is the main concept of users. So why we are using groups, groups can attach this your whatever policies you are adding na, that can be attached your groups. Groups can attach your users, that we can see whenever we are doing practice how we are attaching the groups, and groups how we can performing the users level. Okay, we can go for next point. Here group only contain user. See, this is the, we already discussed this point. Group is contained to the users, not other groups. So this means whenever we creating user, that time it will uh, ask create the groups. That group it containing to the your user policy required. Whatever policy we assigning, that time it will require your groups. Next, user don't have belong to a group, and user can belong to multiple groups. One user we can attach multiple groups also. For example, if you create in my team there are 5 members new joiners, newly joined, we need to provide again the same requirement, same policies. So first time whenever I join, in that time they already created one group, all the permission whatever required permission. So next I next joined my team also, there is 5 members are joined. If we can easily provide attaching that group only, that is the main concept of that point. Next, IAM permission user group can be assigned the JSON document that we already know that it will create the policy of the JSON document only. This policy can define the permission users. IAM can apply least privileges and principal don't give the more permission. See, this is a again very important point. Why we are not providing all the permissions whenever join new person? So that person don't know like what inside, like for example in my AWS account there is a multiple projects are running. We are maintaining multiple projects. If you provide the full admin access, they can access all the projects, right? That is not a security. Then this is the without security we are doing. Company will lose this data, so that they will not allow all the services whatever that projects we can infrastructure can design, those tools only they will assign that user. Same developer also, for example some developers can requesting the checking the database tables and how database tables are assigning and how the logs will defining those things and all. So the whatever requirement services we can assign to the developers also. So okay, without delay we can go for practice session, how we can create the users, how we can assigning the permissions. See, I have a previously we discussed, right? Whenever we creating the account, it will create the routine by default. Now I am in root user, you can see here this is my root user. I am login using my root user. I am using my credentials. See, I am able to log in my root user. Okay, now we can go for IAM. See, previously I mentioned, if you go and see this, I am in an IAM now, identity access management. If you go and see this, this is global. You can see all the regions. So previously I mentioned, under the IAM there is a many concepts: user groups, user roles, policies, identity provider, account settings. These things and all there. We can go for one by one, no issue. And previous classes also I have already explained some of the AWS security VPCs, how to connect the SSH, Bastion servers, and endpoints. Many topics is there, you can go through all videos. Okay, now we need to, our topic is we need to create new person has joined our company, we need to create one role of one user of that person, so we can assign that permission. We can do now. under the users, just add users. Here you can create that person name, Lucy Kumar, and you can give the provided user access in AWS console. Like I want to create a custom password for that person, so I am using custom password. If you can use, if you auto generate password also you can use, but as I remember, it will auto generate, it will generate some generic ID like that. So I am using custom password, whatever I require I am using that. Then you can remove this is the auto generate. User must be create the new password whenever that's login sign in, right? In that time it will create automatically again, so that I am removing that. Okay, now go to next. Here see, user containing groups, right? Here asking create the group. Now I'm going to creating the group. Here I'm just adding admin group, like admin policies. If you, here very important, if you create the admin access, then whatever providing user like user admin, then this person also can access all the services if you are providing admin access. So we don't require that. I am just searching S3 only. I am providing S3 only, S3 full access. Like otherwise you can provide S3 read only also. Okay, I am just creating this. Now you can see group is created. So that group we need to assign this user. We need to select this is the user, that group name we need to assigning this user. Like in that time only it will perform. Groups contain the policies, that groups we need to assign to our users. In that time only it is providing whatever policy we attach. Now go, now check the all whatever we are doing correct. If you want you can create the tag, I don't require. Now creating the user. My user is created successfully. Now if you want you can download the CSV file, like it will download your username password. I don't require, I already know that whatever things I did. So going to return user. Here it will show on pop-up, if you are not downloading you cannot retrieve that username password. If you are forget that you cannot retrieve, then you need to delete again, then you can create again user. So I'm doing continue. See, this is my username and this is the group of admin. If you go to the click here, you can see permission level, there is a groups is a admin. If you click here, go to directly in user groups. Here user groups is there. Here also you can click. Once you click it will go directly users again. See, this is bi-directional. Users contain groups, groups contain again users. Okay, now I am going dashboard. Here dashboard, see this is my account ID, this is alias, and this is the sign in requirement. Let me try to, whatever we created user, right? If you go to users it will show user list. This is my user. Now we can try to log in this user. I'm just copying this URL, I'm closing this, I'm going to this, enter. See, previously whenever we are trying to log in root account, in that time it will asking directly root account. Now we have created separate user, so that user need to log in using username, IAM username, whatever we created username, and using password. If you forget your username password, then you cannot log in this account. So we have provided only S3 read only access, right? Let me try. This is my username and my password. This is my password. See, I am able to log in using my username and password newly created. So I am changing account. See here what I can do. Let me try to create EC2. We have provided just S3 read only access, right, in this user. Let me try to create. Why you are getting API error? Anyone guess here? Why we are getting? We don't have any access. Any access. Let me go and create. See, one error message is showing, right? The IAM ID is not a valid. That IAM may no longer exist. He don't have any access to create your EC2 server. Go to here and go to S3 bucket. We have provided only read only, right? Let me check if it is already in bucket, we can able to see or not. See, we have read only access. You can read it, you can see that whatever inside that bucket. You can see whatever inside that bucket. Then if try to create on bucket, let's see. Let me try to create default. Something error already exists new bucket. See, created S3 bucket, permission is required. So this is how in companies they are providing whatever required permissions. Got it, guys? This is how they are providing the policies, they are attaching the users. Whatever required services they will attach that user, that services only user can perform. Okay, this is how today topics. I think I hope this all the options are understanding. Now what we can do, we can try to delete this user. Whatever user we created, we can try to delete it. Select this. Why we are deleting? See, if that company that person can left that company, we don't require this user, right? If you have existing already, if that person is already left the company, we are putting this user in, there is no use. You can check that like you can access and you can do. That's why we are deleting once user can left that organization. Go to delete, type that username, delete it. That's it. Deleted. Now if you we deleted user, right, you can assume like someone is assuming groups can also delete it. No, that is wrong. If you deleted user, you groups cannot be deleted. Why it is not deleting? Groups, users contain groups contain users, but there is no any attachment, there is a separate components of groups. If you go groups, see, admin group is already there. If you new person has joined already, they required same the permissions. If whatever admin has accessing, you can just create the user and attaching this group. We don't want to create again another groups. Okay, I am deleting this also, I don't require. Okay, done. This is today topic, guys. I hope you guys are understanding. Okay, we can uh, check remaining topics, whatever pending topics we can continue tomorrow. And today this is our topics. I think you guys can practice all the videos, previous videos. That is very very important in AWS. We have many videos of AWS, and we are doing real-time practice also. Yesterday also we deployed one Jenkins job, real-time Jenkins pipeline. That also shared. That code also I shared in description. This theory part I will share my GitHub, and I will share that link. Okay. Thanks, guys. We can continue tomorrow.